Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the MJ sector. So the bear flags gaining probability on some names, being confirmed on other names. I put my money where my mouth is after yesterday's video and bought some Cron today, bottom fishing the double bottom at 514. I like how it's holding up against the market, and that's one of the ways that I like to make money in this market, is noticing correlations. So gold was trading sideways while the S&P 500 and the dollar were raging bulls. And as soon as we saw any little weakness, gold broke out. So I liked that it was holding up. I entered. Just 2 days ago, I exited half of that position because gold was not going up when the market dumped and the dollar dumped. So that told me time to take a step off that party train. And I'm looking at the same thing for Cron. I'm looking at Cron and saying, okay, the market's dumping. The sector's all dumping to lower lows. Cron is not. Again, perhaps it's because they have a whole bunch of cash on hand. Perhaps there's not a high risk of them going under in current market environments. The question now is, can we get any bull follow through? We're positioned well. I don't think Cron's going to bounce if the market keeps dumping. I expect to get stopped out. I'm entering this trade because if the market bounces today or tomorrow or Friday, I think Cron is positioned well to benefit from that. So I made an entry in the lower 530s. Nice to close green on those positions, but have that stop just under 514. Key short-term resistance, that double top at 570. Now we topped out at 567, so almost a bit of a triple top there. So CGC, is this a bear flag? Well, we only have two little supports now, 1305 and 1285. Again, the fact that we didn't dump to lower lows is the only positive to take away from here. I need to see 1285 hold and a bull break of 1465 if we're going to see a short-term momentum shift. Would I call that a daily trend change? Absolutely not. From where we're coming from, that is nowhere near a clear enough pivot point. But I would call that a 4-hour trend change. Still a lot of proving to do. Already did Cron, APHA. So that low of 273 has broken. And we're back to falling knife scenario. 260, 250 psychological support levels. Didn't bounce on the daily time frame, so still any bounce that we see under 364 will just be a lower high. That's now 30% away from our last lower high. Again, catching falling knives is not a good idea. Cron's not a falling knife. I'm playing off a support level that's very clearly there, and I have an exit plan. These names are in free fall, and in my opinion, it will require a market bounce. Remember, December 2018, the market dumped, the sector dumped. When the market bounced, the sector saw huge bounces as well. So I'm keeping an eye out. I will attempt to play this sector a bit on a market-wide bounce, but we have no sign of that bounce yet. And again, I'm not going to catch a falling knife. ACB, bear flag confirmed. Wasn't even a bear flag. Inside bar, bear break. Penny stock free fall. So where is our next support level? We are now looking at, who knows, 79. 79 is the next level. Just like we ran up to insane levels with insane valuations and hype, we're going to dump down to insane levels and insane valuations in the exact opposite scenario, where market caps may not make sense for some companies. But fear is a more powerful emotion than FOMO and greed. TLRY free fall continues. New all-time lows, $7 and $6 psychological supports. Lower high every single day the last 7 days. Bears in complete control. VFF only supported the low of 290. If 290 breaks, back to free fall. Look at the closes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the last 7 days, we have closed at the low of the day. That shows you bearish momentum and complete control. OGI, bear flag confirmed with a break of 170. Back to free fall with no support nearby. Key resistance will be 194, the top of that little bounce attempt. Hexo, only support 89 cents before entering free fall, so hasn't broken that level yet. Labs, back to free fall, close at the low of the day. 181 is a support level. And then we're looking down to 165. VLNS, bear break, took out 2 support levels. Next support level from here after 268 is 260. And look at the lack of support after 260. Bulls really want to hold that level. So that's Canadian MJ. Bears in complete control. IIPR, weak day. I'm curious to see how IIPR can hold up. We know a lot of MJ companies are going to be strapped for cash, and that's part of their business model. They are an REIT that distributes dividends. Support is approaching of 76.56. If I were going to play 2 names, any names in this sector on a SPY bounce, it would be IIPR and Cron with where we stand right now. So 76.56 is support. I guess we broke it by a couple 30 cents or so. Next level after that, we'll look at 70 psychological. Monthly time frame, the most important level is 66.61. If that level comes into play in the coming days, I will make a support play off of that. We had news after hours about another property. I didn't even read it. I just saw the headline. Some bull volume at the end of the day. That volume stands out. We'll see how we react to that news tomorrow. Bears definitely in control of the short term. But again, it's not a falling, it's a bit of a falling knife, but we have support levels. It's not in free fall. Curaleaf, holding on, but bulls doing nothing. Lower high every day the last 7 days. Bulls have to break that pattern to get a bounce started. C-Web, 2 green days. I mean, you look at, there's just nobody buying this stock. Twice. There's shorts covering and some dip buying. But 2 days out of 6 weeks. Most important resistance for me is 713. Support is 590 and the all-time low 501. TRUL, giving it back. Daily lower high is set at 1221. Bulls have to hold 1021 and break 1221 to shift momentum. CL back to free fall. 4 psychological support. GTII back to free fall. Harv, nope, that's IAN. Back to free fall. 69 and 60 cents are the next 2 levels. And Harv collapse on some news. Huge dump. Free fall. So, not going to try to catch falling knives. The only plays I will make in this sector are based on number 1. How are we holding up versus SPY? Number 2, is there a support level nearby? Can I set my clear risk and reward? For Cron, I'm going to be looking for a bounce. If all things went perfectly, I would look for a bounce to a weekly lower high. And maybe I exit half a position and then put myself in a break-even stop. But my risk, if my entry is 533, let's say, my risk is going to be 20 cents. And my reward is going to be $1 plus. So that is 5 reward for 1 risk. And if this trade works 1 out of 5 times, it is going to be worth it. So we'll see. Got my eye on IIPR and Cron, but certainly not comfortable or confident in the S&P 500 for a bounce just yet. There's one little support on the S&P 500 that the bulls defended today. A lot of work to try and shift momentum back to a bounce off of that support. I hope you're well. We're still alive, still breathing. Sector's ugly, but it's not the end of the world. We'll see you soon.